This is the Darwin Cineape analog, and it's probably the most budget-friendly Cinewhoop you can get right now. Today, I'm just going to show you how to bind this to your ELRS radio. Let's go. As you probably already know, the Cineape is going to be equipped with a serial-based ELRS receiver. And for this particular receiver, it does look like a FrSky receiver reflashed to a ELRS receiver, but it is indeed a ELRS receiver. When I first saw it, I thought they sent the wrong thing. As for the rules of how ELRS can be bound together, I'm just going to say it again. ELRS will only bind when both the TX and RX are at the same version. They can be both at 2.x or both at 3.x. This is a requirement. Once they are at the same version, you have two options to bind. One is by plugging and unplugging the LiPo 3 times very fast to force the ELRS receiver into binding mode, and you can hit bind on your radio to get it bound. The second method is to set up a binding phrase both in your RX and your TX, and when you power up both of them, they're going to magically bind together. And in this tutorial, we will be using the binding phrase method, as I think this is a much better way to bind ELRS together. If you have been following my channel, you will probably already know that my TX16 is currently at ELRS 3.x. Therefore, it means that we will have to flash the Cineape to 3.x in order for them to bind. Okay, so let's first check the ELRS firmware target by powering on our quad with a LiPo so we can connect the receiver via Wi-Fi. Okay, we're just going to plug in a LiPo, and so the receiver can be powered on. As you can see that it's flashing right now, so we just have to wait for 30 seconds in order for it to go to rapid flashing, and that's indication of a Wi-Fi mode. Make sure to blow it with a small fan so it does not overheat of the VTX. So you can see that it's flashing rapidly right now, which means we will be able to connect to our Wi-Fi on our PC. Alright, so you are going to go to your Wi-Fi, and we are going to wait until the ELRS icon pops out so we can connect it. Okay, if you're asked for any password, the password is going to be ELRS, all lowercase. And once it's connected, a separate web page should pop out like this. And we can, okay, so this is a Beta FPV 2.4 GHz Nano RX. And I don't know why it's showing on no version, but we are just going to remember this. This is going to be our target. At ELRS configurator, we're just going to pick the 3.21 release because I just don't like to use the most recent one, but if you want to, you can. So the device category is going to be Beta FPV 2.4 GHz, whatever is showing on the web page. So we remember that this is going to be 24,000 T, actually RX Nano. So it should be Beta FPV, it should be this one. Let me double check. Nano, yes. And we're going to flash by using Wi-Fi, and you can scroll down, and this is where you are going to set up your binding phrase, which my binding phrase is 654321. You can set up whatever you like as long as it matches your radio. And then you are just going to hit build firmware. Same old method. Once the flashing is done, you can see that you have a new build firmware, and you are going to pick the one that says Beta FPV, and you're going to save it to somewhere you can find it. I'm just going to save it to download, same as always. And let's go back to our drone as we are going to power it up with the LiPo. Once the drone is in Wi-Fi mode, same drill, you're just going to go to the Wi-Fi tab, and you're going to connect to ELRS configurator, and you are going to hit connect. I've been doing this a million times. Okay, and then you are going to go to updates. I don't know why it says on no, but this looks like this interface looks like it's already in 3.x. But anyway, let's just choose file, and you are going to pick the Beta FPV 24,000 Nano RX. You can see that it's correct, and you are just going to hit open and hit update. All right, update successful. And we are just going to unplug the drone, okay, for it to reset. Right, next we are going to test everything in BetaFlight and set it up. But before we do that, we are going to have to remove the prop guards because you can see that the USB port is right here. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's right there. And there's no way you can access it if you do not remove this. Okay, so let's remove this first. don't think we need to remove the whole thing. This should be sufficient. All right, let's go back to a computer. You're going to plug it in with a USB cable. Come on, cable. Okay, where's my plug? It's going to be right here. Be very gentle, because these are well known to be falling off by itself. Okay, come to BetaFlight and you're gonna hit connect. And at the receiver tab, make sure that our receiver is enabled UR1, which is correct. And our receiver has been set to crossfire. This is right. This is the default factory setting. And next, we're just gonna power up our radio. Once you power your radio on, they should automatically bind together. As you can see right now, when we're moving throttle, yaw, everything is correct. And the next thing is you are going to go to your modes tab and you are going to make sure your arm disarm angle is set to the correct perimeter. As you can see, my arm switch is this one. I'm using this as aux1. So we are going to pull this to the correct perimeter. So when we flip it, it goes to the perimeter, and that's when in arms. Okay, so for the angle mode, I'm going to set it as aux2, and I like to use my SA button, which is a SE button, which is this one. So when it is at the bottom, it's going to be at angle mode. Let me double check this, and we can add a horizon mode. I never use it, but I'm just going to set it up. Okay, aux2. So same, and air mode. Okay, let's see if there are additional stuff. Oh, this actually has a beeper. So my beeper should be, let me see, which is my beeper? aux3 is, did I set up aux3? aux3 is this one actually. Right, so we can use this as aux3. So aux3 is going to be this button, SH button. Okay, so this is going to activate the beeper. All right, we are going to hit save. Last thing is we are going to come to our video transmitter. I like to set my transmitter to channel 1 since all my quads are like that, so it's easier. I don't have to adjust anything. Okay, so race band 1, race band and channel 1, and we're just going to hit save. Okay, OSD. Okay, looks correct. I'll take that. And we're just going to hit save. Done. We can just start putting it back and we can do a test flight. Okay, let's start putting everything back. Just a few screws. These should be easy peasy. Okay. Oh, it's not lined up. That's why. Alright, so we have finished the setup and the binding process of the Darwin Cineape, and we can finally go test fly this thing for the first time. And you can see that I also added a camera case so I can add a DJ action to get a better quality footage. And if you're interested, I will also be doing a review and also some of the potential upgrades that you can do to the Cineape. So subscribe to stay tuned and enjoy some flight footage. I will see you next time. Bye.